Greetings, heroes of the kingdom. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to the first episode of a new series of Lessaria Fantasy Kingdom Sim. If you would like to skip the game's overview or the details about this series, please use YouTube chapters. Lessaria is a real-time strategy game where you construct outposts for a kingdom and protect it using the purse of the royal coffers to offer bounties for heroes to undertake. Lessaria is inspired by the Majesty series of old, a spiritual successor of sorts. It also incorporates Twitch integration, which initially I'll be leaving off and I'll be enabling later on. There will be a lot of interaction for live viewers as a result, and commands as well. I'll be playing the main campaign. There's like a main campaign with a lot of different story missions and then also a survival mode on medium difficulty. And let's get started. And I'll talk about the Twitch integration once I enable it. I've also reset all of my progress for the stream so that we can start anew. Here is the list of all of the 14 campaign missions that are in the game so far. I am not sure about where the development is going, so I can't speak to whether or not there will be more. And then here is the sort of sandbox survival mode where you just survive as long as possible. And we can also vote on whether once I enable Twitch integration, you want me to pivot to survival mode or not. So, the first campaign, The Threat of the Forest. Your Highness, the dwellers of the rocky thicket beg for your aid. Forest beats attack in broad daylight. The locals claim to have seen spiders. Her Majesty the Queen, your mother, bids you, as her heir, and the defender of Lessaria, to journey there and protect her loyal subjects. Let me not pretend this is a mere errand. It is a test, but also an opportunity to prove yourself worthy of your title, and to show some people they are, indeed, under the crown's protection. So, rebuild the rocky thicket, protect the settlement from wild beasts, and find the cause of the attacks.
We have arrived, Your Highness! Mayhaps this village does not quite match your standards, but even a backwater such as this may yet become worthy of a prince. Order the construction of a lumber mill, a swift and reliable way to replenish the treasury.
So, it is worth noting that, functionally speaking, the only currency is gold. Lumber mills produce gold. Mines and forges produce gold. So you're not actually getting lumber, you're turning lumber into gold. So over in the bottom right, you've got the resource mining buildings. Open that up, and then that leads to the lumber mill. You want to put a lumber mill close to the trees because the people working at the lumber mill will be cutting down the trees and then returning the trees to the lumber mill. So the shorter it is, the faster you'll make money. It's also worth noting that tax collectors will be deployed from your castle to collect the taxes from the lumber mill. So building lumber mills near your castle and near trees is ideal. If you build lumber mills way the hell out there, your tax collectors are going to probably die in transit and you'll never get taxes from that lumber mill. Also, lumber mills cut down trees. So if a certain campaign mission lasts a while, you're going to end up in a situation where your lumber mill will inevitably cut down all the trees around it. And then as a result, here, let me move myself. As a result, you'll end up having a very inefficient lumber mill. So sometimes breaking them down and moving them is ideal. And here's the tax collectors. This is what they look like.
Service.
Your Highness, you may focus your attention on any building or tax collector to improve their efficiency. Alas, the effect is but temporary.
All right, down here, you can use what is called King's Influence to boost the work rate of a specific resource mining building. And then your King's Influence is also seen at the top left of the screen, so I have 54 out of 100. You build it up relatively quickly, so you just have to remember to use it whenever it's off cooldown, more or less. And then you can see the King's Influence as the
order.
two peasants that have been deployed. Let me lower the volume a little bit. The two peasants that have been deployed are, cutting down trees and glowing as a result of the influence.
Hail, Your Highness.
I represent the Sisterhood of Rangers. I'm certain our presence will prove essential in these woods. Once the Ranger Guild is built, the finest scouts in the realm shall answer your call.
All right, this is our first guild to be built. The guilds, and there's a bunch of different ways to recruit heroes, but the guilds are your primary ones that you'll start with at the start of the game. So we click on guilds, and then click the Rangers Lodge. And the Rangers Lodge is where we'll be able to recruit rangers, and I'll put it here. This seems fine. Portapain and Bish, thank you for the gifted subs, and cheers. Thank you for the hype train. You can also see in the top right the current tasks, and this is basically the priority.
My lord. In it, you may summon heroes and unlock their skills, as well as a range of additional services for them. Summon at least 2 rangers. They will scout the nearby lands for you.
Okay, mousing over the hero, it's very useful to know what the heroes are good at, because you do not, and this is what is unique to this game and also the Majesty series, you don't actually control the heroes. You influence them with bounties. Rangers like to explore the map. They level up exploring and answering scout bounties. When the map is fully revealed, they can also, they may venture off and leave you. They deal additional damage to beasts and have a Beast Slayer perk. They also move pretty quickly. And as you can see, it also says they eagerly respond to exploration assignments. And they're also really good at figuring out whether they're going to win a fight or not. So they don't likely fight to the death. All right, so let's click this twice to summon in 2 rangers. And each hero is going to have their own personality traits, their strengths and weaknesses, and I'll show you that in a minute. And then also, this is an ability. This is called Camouflage. Allows you to escape from combat in case of danger. Also going to be really good to unlock that as well, so that our initial rangers don't get ganked by wild creatures. And yes, buildings do not block, so you can plot buildings down and they can walk through them no problem. All right, here is our first ranger. Moonshroud, level 1, doing nothing at the moment. Here's their equipment slot. All 6 slots are empty. If we inspect them, they're a newbie, so they'll gain experience quickly. They have thick skin, which is one of their random traits that they inherited, which means their physical protection is a little bit higher than normal. The protection from physical attacks, and they're also strong, so their physical damage is higher as well. Pretty good first ranger, I'd gotta say, because sometimes you just get stupid ones. Stupid and lazy ones. And you could, if you want, like, try to get them killed or whatever, but it's not really worth it. Additionally, down here, you can see their active skills. So they have ranged attack. They have a fire arrow, which I do not have unlocked. They have a taming beast, which I do not have unlocked. And then they also have the camouflage, which I am currently queued to unlock. So in the Ranger's Lodge here, I have both of my rangers summoned, but as you can see, the camouflage is yet to be unlocked, and it's queued instead. All right, where is the other ranger? So on the top left, you can also see the rangers here. So the other ranger is Alicia Forestshade. She has already looted from this chest, I presume, a short bow, which increases her physical damage, magic damage, and critical chance. Don't think of the other one as not having a bow. Think of them as having a default bow, and this one has a improved bow. She is a newbie, and she is gifted. So being gifted, she does increased magical damage, which means that if I unlock the, her additional abilities, she would be even stronger. So I got pretty lucky with my starting ones. Anytime you accomplish tasks, you'll see this little advisor icon here. This is basically like, do the next thing. So let's click this.
Your hero has reached a new level. Heroes earn bonus experience for accomplishing preferred actions. Rangers, for instance, level up faster when scouting. Take note of the hero panel. It displays information about their equipment, parameters, and traits.
And I just explained that. Around the world, you're going to see these chests, and the heroes can walk up to them and pop them open and earn gear for themselves. So this chest, for instance, had armor, quilted armor, which increased her defenses and dodge chance. and they explore the wilds on their own, completely
Bow is
autonomous.
drawn,
I don't
arrows
control
await.
them. I can't right-click. I can use my royal decree influence to sort of like nudge them in a direction, but that's a rather expensive way to move heroes around. It's not what is intended for normal use.
Your heroes act on their own, my lord. But for the right reward, they'll take on any task you offer. To create a task quickly, hold Alt and click on the target.
All right. So down here, right? Nope, that way. Right there is all of your bounty tasks. You have scout, attack, defense, avoid this place. Avoid is not really a bounty. It's basically telling your heroes, don't go here. You'll die if you go here. Because, you know, the heroes can be pretty stupid. So what it wants me to do is there is a monster spawner nearby, this sewer. It wants me to hold left alt and click. Like
Here
this.
you can see how heroes react to a task. The greater the reward, the more eager they are to take it on.
So, you can increase the reward increments of 50, 100, or 500. This is a very important concept that I want to drill pretty early on. In the game, you can offer things for the heroes to buy, like healing potions, or armor, or weapons, etc. Trinkets, rings, necklaces. If you try to nickel and dime every single bounty, you will have poor heroes that cannot afford gear. On the flip side, if all of your bounties are really high value, you'll have very wealthy heroes that don't have things to spend their money on, and you will probably fail the game for economic reasons because you won't have enough capital to actually research and build. So you need to strike a pretty good balance of offering reasonable rewards so that heroes can improve themselves and buy better gear, but also like reserve some money for the crown. So just keep that in mind. Can crest rewards be reduced? They can be canceled. When you cancel them, you don't get refunded all the money. You get refunded partial amounts. So using bounties to lure heroes, like let's say, go explore this dangerous area, and then like pulling the bounty when they get close, you're not going to get all your money back. You're going to screw your heroes and screw yourself because you've essentially deleted some of the gold in the process. So you can do that. I just don't think you should do it often. Now, there is a reason to cancel a bounty, for instance. Like, let's say I say, go clear this monster spawner, and I put like 500 gold on it. And then all of a sudden, our castle gets attacked. And I don't have enough money to put a defense bounty on my castle that is more valuable than my attack target bounty. Then it makes sense to cancel the attack target bounty so that it's not higher than the, hey, defend the castle bounty. So there can be some scenarios where you want to cancel bounties, primarily when it's urgent and you need to move heroes around. And then on top of that, bounties have a certain timer. So when you increase a bounty here, they have a certain amount of time that they can respond to the bounty, and they earn money as they respond to the bounty. So as you can see, I increased the reward by 50, so it's a 50 gold bounty, and both of them have accepted. And then above the sewer here, you have this little icon 2 and 50 gold. So the bounty is worth 50 gold, and there's 2 heroes already responding to it. Now, eventually bounties will be like timed, but we'll get into that later once the game opens up. I'm still on tutorial mode.
Your Highness, our growing settlement is in need of houses. Without them, we cannot construct production buildings or recruit heroes. And most importantly, the more buildings we raise, the more levies flow into the treasury.
To explain this a little bit more fully, as I just mentioned, lumber mills, mines, and iron mines, essentially forges, make you money. The money that you get here, this gold, is a result of taxing people, selling goods to heroes, and just people existing in your kingdom. If you mouse over the population here, the higher your population goes, the higher the management costs of running this, let's say, outpost is. So there's a threshold of 25 and 35. So as to say, in some cases, it might make sense to artificially keep your population capped at, let's say, 24 or 34 if you don't want to enter the next tax bracket. Unlike real-life tax brackets where you only pay, you know, if you earn $102,000, you only are paying the $2,000 for the heightened tax bracket above $100,000. in this game, it's like the whole thing is a tax bracket, right? There's no brackets. It's like you're just taxed more. So with that said, when you're growing your kingdom, you can decide to not artificially restrict building and grow a giant population, or you can try to keep it within a reasonable number so that your management penalties don't climb. So what's asking me to do is to build 2 peasant houses and then also have the 2 scouts destroy the rat's lair. With that said, I'm going to get a 3rd scout after we research camouflage. So go to the building tabs, go to the resource mining buildings. A peasant house, surprisingly enough, is a resource mining building. You're mining your peasants for resources. Now, just because you increase your population limit doesn't necessarily mean people move into it. Peasants only move into your kingdom when they have work to do. So it increases your population max, but not actually increasing your population. Not unless you hire them as like lumberjacks or miners or whatever. And here are the Rangers responding to the bounty. And as you can see, they just earned a little bit of money, which is in their gold here, 45 and 21, as a result of killing monsters. They're paid.
Your Highness, a large pack of wolves has been sighted near the settlement. I suggest ordering the construction of more guilds and hiring additional heroes to bolster our defenses.
Okay. So we've got a large pack of enemies coming from the east, and it wants me to defend against that.
Your Highness, I speak on behalf of the Order of Knights. If you seek brave defenders and skilled warriors, order the construction of a barracks, and we shall stand beneath your banners.
So go to the guilds, go to the Knights Guild, and we will plop it. Let's do it here. Actually, I won't block the road. There's a movement speed bonus for walking on roads, so leaving the road intact where it's not blocked can be ideal, because then you walk on, your heroes can then walk around your kingdom faster. So keep that in mind. Now, certain buildings, like the lumber mill, will generate roads, but of course I built the Rangers Guild on top of the road, which makes it virtually unusable. So keep that in mind as well. So the game wants me to build a Knights barracks and then recruit Knights.
Knights are natural protectors, ever ready to patrol the surroundings and support their fellow heroes. They will willingly take on defense tasks, even for a modest reward.
Okay, so a Knight, it likes to respond to defense flags more than scouting or attacking flags. They're defenders. They do buy gear frequently because they don't have a massive hit point pool. They rely on armor to defend. They patrol the city and gain experience for patrolling the city. They recruit early enough not to die most of the time, but it really depends on the enemies they're fighting. They don't move very fast, and we'll summon up 3 of them. And then the first ability that I can unlock for them is Shield Wall. Significantly increases their defense, but also decreasing their mobility. Basically, tank mode. And there we go. The rat den is cleared, and as a result, the bounty has been paid out to the 2 rangers who have earned money for it. And then this one is finding a chest. She got a Ring of Agility.
Winter is coming.
Sorry, Falden, you too slow. All right. On top of that, if we inspect them, they now have camouflage. So the Rangers can apply camouflage to themselves to avoid danger, which is great.
Good health to you, Your Highness. The Guild of Shadows offers you a hand. Discreet, but most helpful. I know you to be a man of vision, willing to support us in return. Construct the slums in your settlement, and our skilled rogues will take to the streets.
All right, another guild, the Thieves' Den. The Thieves' Den are cheap backstabbers, for lack of a better term. And I'll read their intel in just a minute, but the tutorial wants me to build a Thieves' Den as well. Can buildings be rotated? Yes. With Q and E. Oh,
I will shoot down
you
your enemies.
got hurt.
Thieves are effective against individual targets and quite affordable to hire. However, do keep in mind, my lord, they will steal gold from both peasants and fellow heroes. Now, hire 2 thieves.
Okay. So, reading the Thieves' Intel, reacts the best to the best opportunities to get gold. Chest flags with gold, corpses of enemies, and friends are his priority. He also likes to sit in the tavern, when you have one. Robs the corpses of heroes, meaning that when your heroes die, they will corpse loot them. Also, robs peasant houses and layers of monsters, and gets experience for robbing people. Runs away when there is very little danger. They also steal gold from other heroes, and gives part of the money to the guild. So they steal gold, and you earn a little bit as, like, kickback, but, like, you know, they're scumbags, for lack of a better term. And then, their ability here is bounty that I can unlock, which increases the reward for killing units, which I can grab. And then also the ability of robbery allows you to quickly collect money from all buildings, but takes a certain percentage of these funds. Basically, rather than having the tax collectors who walk around inefficiently, you can have the Thieves Guild extort all the tax collection areas, but then you don't get as much money. All right, here's the thieves. So I actually didn't look at the personalities of the other archers. So you have one that's skinny, so maximum health decreases by 20%, but at least they're quick, so they're faster.
Which way to the nearest dragon?
For the knights, this one is basic, has nothing.
Ready for service.
This one is lame and scared. So, or no, yeah, so like not, this is weird. Speed decrease, speed increase. I'm not really sure where that nets him, but okay.
I could do this all day.
And then this one is thin, thick skin, quick, unlucky, and mediocre. So magic damage has gone down, critical chance has gone down, but moves faster and tanks better. All right, my thieves here.
Battle.
And I'm not going to go through every hero all the time. I just want to show a subset of the types of traits that they can have. So thieves are always going to have marauder and thief. That's like a default for them. And then this one's quick and thick skin.
Why so serious?
And this one is
Let's put
healthy
a
and
smile
steady.
on that face.
Your Highness, a pack of wolves is approaching, and it's larger than we expected. I recommend constructing several towers with ballistas to defend the settlement.
Okay. So in fortifications, we can build a ballista tower. It's a high rate of physical damage. It's effective against single targets. You can also upgrade it for a guardian and establish a tax collection post here. So this is a useful thing to have if you have like remote buildings that need to be taxed. And the game wants us to build 2 of them. 1 and 2, right on the roads. Do thieves steal from other thieves? You know, I don't actually know the answer to that. I suspect not, but I have no idea. And here, as you can see, the ballista tower is going off. Now, it is also important to note, the ballista towers require a person. As you can see, population 1. So it is a person working in there, meaning that it increases your pop cap. So building a whole bunch of ballista towers will raise your population and eventually lower the taxes.
Your Highness, order the castle to be upgraded. This will bring more builders, guards, and tax collectors, and unlock the services of a court mage.
Okay, upgrading the castle to tier 2. And because this is our first building upgrade, the way it works is you like research the upgrade, and then builders have to actually apply the hit point bonus for the upgrade, as you'll see in a moment. I'm also just sort of like babysitting the other heroes, because heroes here, like this is an example. She is going to probably lose, meaning that she's going to need to run. So at some point, oh no, maybe if she crits. No, she might win this. Yeah. Well, like, heroes are... Oh, here's an example. This dude is dying. See that little symbol? That means he's like, I'm out of here. And he's going to try to run away. Try. I did say try. The spiders are like, haha, nope. And the advantage of the tier 2 castle is it gives you a court magician, which allows you to cast spells, like healing spells, to try to keep your heroes alive. Oh, and here's the other one going, I need to get out of here. He might not even honestly live. He's getting ganked pretty hard. Except for we just unlocked the court magician. As you can see, I have now the healing ability.
The castle has been upgraded, Your Highness. A court mage has now joined us. You may begin using his spells. For now, the selection is limited, but in time, he shall be able to study new and more powerful ones.
Alright, next it wants me to build a blacksmith. So here in the economy tab, oh, well, let me click this first.
Your Highness, taxes are levied not only from every building in the settlement, but also from store purchases. I suggest ordering the construction of a forge. Heroes will be able to purchase new armor and weapons, and the treasury shall be enriched with gold.
So in the economy tab, we're going to get a blacksmith. And a blacksmith will allow your heroes to buy gear, and you will earn money for the gear that they purchase.
In this menu, you can see equipment items that you can add to the forge's assortment for heroes to purchase. Keep in mind that each hero class uses different gear.
So what that's referring to is, for instance,
Even
thieves
shadows need a break.
and rangers are likely going to be using medium armor. Your knights will use heavy armor. So if you make heavy armor only available in the blacksmith, only your knights can benefit. Now, obviously, unlocking everything is entirely possible. It just takes time. And look at them working together.
The magic shop offers healing potions and artifacts that heroes rely on in battle. Build a magic shop.
All right. Oops. A magic shop is where the casters' weapons and armor is, and then also, as the advisor just said, magic potions and also trinkets and the like. Very important to have a magic shop. I would actually go so far as to say a magic shop is more important than a blacksmith, because healing potions are probably the most important thing for heroes to have so that they can actually keep themselves healed.
Ready for action.
There are heroes that you unlock much late, well, not much, but later on that have active healing abilities. But your standard guild members, the guilds that you have available to you at the start, won't have healing abilities, so they rely on potion consumption for times where they need healing. And there's a lot of situations where enemies have range attacks and they can't flee in time. They're getting netted by spiders. The enemies are faster, where they're going to need potions to stay alive. There's other ways to stay alive as well. There's scrolls of town portals where they can teleport back to home. And then there's also spells that you can unlock yourself to be able to control these things as well. And then once Twitch integration's enabled, those that have heroes assigned to them will actually just be able to hit !flee and manually control fleeing themselves.
Study healing potions.
All right, well, it wants us to study healing potions, so there we go. Minor healing potion being researched. And Portapain, you asked, real heroes clear spawners without a bounty? Yes. Heroes, and this is mostly because the enemy monsters and the enemy nests are also economic, like you gain gold from doing it, right? The heroes are, sometimes they need to be incentivized, but the heroes are going to wander out and engage things. So for instance, I had heroes killing spiders over here. I never told them to do that. They're fully autonomous, right? So here's an example. This ranger here is right next to a wolf den and has probably killed most of the wolves that are around this wolves den, because if she hadn't, there'd be wolves here. So she took the initiative to kill all the wolves around the den.
I will shoot down your
And as a
enemies.
result, she's gotten 190 gold, which she can then spend in the taverns, in the blacksmith, in the magic shop. She could also just sit on it if she wants. And if I wanted to put a bounty, I could put a bounty on these eggs. I'll just put a 50 gold bounty, and as you can see, the knights are like, yeah, that's cool. And everyone else is like, yeah, no, that's not enough money. So it really depends on, you know, who's around, what they're doing. Sometimes they're resting, sometimes they're recuperating. They all have their own sort of decision-making.
Your Highness, besides wood, there are other resources, stone and iron. Their extraction will replenish our treasury. Build a stone cutter camp next to the stone deposit.
So, stone deposits look like these, and iron deposits looks like that. We'll build a stone cuttery here for those 2 units of stone.
Your Majesty, new armor is available.
I'm also going to need another peasant house, because I only have room for 1 more pop, and the stone cuttery will have 2 pop, so the tutorial will probably tell me to do this, but I'll just do it ahead of time, which is to build a 3rd house.
Good thing we've fortified our defenses, Your Highness. Hunters have reported a nest of giant spiders nearby. Create a scouting task in the specified area, and the rangers shall locate it. Ah, yes, heroes do more than scouting. They fight monsters, defend the city. Simply create a task, set a reward, and they'll take it. Unless they're too busy swilling ale at the tavern.
Okay. I've already scouted this spider nest, but let's just do what they say. So we hit this little spyglass, and we set a scouting mission for a reward, and the only one interested in it is Marak here. Mostly because he's level 1 and poor, and everyone else is higher level, so it's just not enough money, but because we already know where it is, I don't care. And I have 3 heroes responding to this attack flag, destroying this spider's nest that's even closer to my base.
Alchemists have begun
And actually,
supplying
Marak-
potions,
Let's
Your
put a
Majesty.
smile on that face.
Marak stopped and started attacking this nest instead of the scout flag. So the scout flag is going to be Arrowsong instead. She changed her mind. She was busy or whatever. She was in the area.
I
She's
am
right
the
here.
Swift and elusive wind. Aim locked. Let's begin.
Your Highness, the Rangers have discovered a nest of spider eggs. Create an attack task and destroy this foul lair.
Attack task, and I'm going to offer 500 gold. So the only one that isn't responding to this is Alicia Foreshade, because she's busy fleeing.
Who
She's
called the ranger?
up here running away from something. So as you can see, big bounties attract most people. As long as you use the big bounties sparingly, you can influence your heroes, but if you're throwing out big bounties everywhere, you're gonna like flood the market with bounties and not have heroes responding to anything anywhere. Alright. Right now I have 830 gold. I'm gonna cancel this scouting task. As you can see, I didn't get a lot of gold back. So that's what I was saying. Canceling tasks don't refund fully. So it's really not incentivized to create tasks, lure heroes out and go, yoink! Just kidding, because, you know, I just deleted gold. It would be better for them to have earned it and then bought something with it and then me make the money back rather than me, like, delete the gold.
Your Highness, fortune smiles upon us. A company of seasoned adventurers happen to pass through our town and stop to rest and resupply. They may well take an interest in your tasks.
Okay, so we have 4 higher level heroes
I am here to serve.
that just, like, showed up. Cool.
My liege, New weapons are available in the forge.
Oh, and the mage has already died. Good job, high-level mage. Don't know how the Whisper of Doom... Well, okay, you got doomed. I get it. He was like, I'm on a good road. I can run away fast. Rip.
Ready to roll out.
How the hell did the mage die? He just got ganked by a bunch of giant rats. Giant higher-level rats. Here we go. Here is...
Upgrade of the building is complete.
Our big bounty for the heroes.
Building now serves you better.
Perfect. I also upgraded the 3 guilds that I had. So the Ranger's Lodge cannot be upgraded for a buff to crit strike, a fire arrow, and taming. Taming is a really good one, so I'm going to get that first. The Knights can have taunt, shield charge, and a physical protection buff. Taunt's really nice, so I'm going to get that. And then I don't have enough money to get a Thieves one, but because I only have 2 Thieves and they're relatively low level considering the level of all the other heroes, it's like maybe a little less important for me to get.
Producing new armor.
All right, I have 94 King's Focus, so let's go ahead and do Royal Decrees on both the Lumber Mill and the Stone Mine. And I am pretty sure I just saw him loot the mage.
Let's put a smile on that face.
Like, yes, that's exactly... Oh, okay. Wow. The thief that showed up to help me is dumb and lame. Yep. Do monsters grow stronger over time? Yes, they do. And the game will talk about that, not this mission, but one of the next ones.
Well, well, look who's come calling. A pitiful prince and his pompous advisor. Oh, how long I've waited for this moment. You should not have passed into my domain.
Hey, look, it's my mother-in-law.
Hag, I knew dark sorcery was behind all this. Your Highness, unless she is dealt with, the settlement shall not stand for long.
All right, defeat the witch. One might assume a bounty on her head would help. Before we do that, let's go ahead and unlock light armor, magic wand, ring, and amulet in our magic shop so that our heroes that are now flush with cash, having responded to that spider den clearing, can spend their money. And
Your Highness, a vast horde of beasts is approaching your settlement. Prepare to repel the attack. Create a defense task for the city.
okay. So we need to defeat the witch and also kill the monsters. A defense task would look like this, where you would put a defense flag over a specific building that you own. So I'll put it over this tower, and I'll just offer a very insufficient amount of gold, like 100. Then over the witch, I'll offer 500. And then I'm gonna have to babysit my heroes here so they don't get like murdered by stuff using my healing spells when they are getting murked. Keep in mind that the healing spell has like a 7-second cooldown. So you can't keep everyone healed all the time. So for instance, there goes Morvis Black Lion, who I could not heal in time.
I could do this.
So he's dead.
Halt, smash! Wait, wrong
All right, that witch is really wreaking havoc on my heroes.
Excellent! We have repelled the wolf pack. And yet, what could have roused these wolves? They do not usually attack first.
Uh-oh, this one is not doing well.
Your Highness, this panel shows the current danger level in the region and the time remaining before the next attack on the settlement. To reduce the threat, destroy the monster lairs.
So, there you go, Bifrostborn. Your question has been answered. The skulls on the top right, just underneath the minimap, is the indicator of basically how dangerous it is. And when you clear monster layers, you make it safer. And this is a ramp-up mechanic. So the longer the game goes, the more dangerous it gets, and you have to counter that by clearing more of the layers. Okay, he should be able to get away before the witch nukes him.
My lord, a supply caravan is heading to the castle. The road may be dangerous. See that it arrives safely.
And we also need to escort this caravan. I could put a defense task on it. So I put a little bounty on it, but like they're obviously a little busy with the witch trying to, you know, kill them.
My home is a forest. Your enemies are targets.
What do you
You
need?
might need to run, bud. Alright, I'll heal you. And of course, the healing spell does cost gold, so like keep that in mind. You don't want to like put out so many bounties that you can't actually use spells. Nope, she teleported onto this knight and ganked him. Yeah, she's awful. Who's the most hurt now?
I am here to serve.
That one.
Your Highness, new goods have appeared in the shop.
Alright, the thieves are about to get killed.
You hailed?
I don't know if I
You need
care
me?
too much about the thieves, though.
Ready for war.
Halt smash.
I'm trying to heal the tanks here.
All this
The
free
thieves
pay
are able
for
to, like,
service.
limp away. I can also give the thieves the ability to get a dodge buff so they can get out from danger faster.
Sleep soundly for now, sweet prince. Soon, very soon, you shall bitterly regret ever crossing my path.
My lord, we have won this battle. Yet the cursed hag slipped away. We must find her before she unleashes another beastly assault upon the realm. There is no time to waste.
Thank you for tuning in to Lessaria Fantasy Kingdom Sim, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel. I made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow heroes.